Step number 1 is finding a real estate agent that you know and trust. Step number 2 is getting pre-approved for a loan. Step 3 is beginning your official home search. Step 4 is making an offer. Step 5 is getting an accepted contract. Step 6 is financing an appraisal. Step number 7, clear to close. Final step, step 8, is closing. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Louie. Welcome back to another episode on Learning with Louie. We got a special treat for you today. We're going to be talking about how to buy a home in 8 steps. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. Step number 1 is finding a real estate agent that you know and trust. I mean, this is going to be the biggest home purchase in your life. Therefore, you need to have somebody who's going to be looking out for your best interests. One of the things that I normally do in this first step is a buyer consultation. This is where I take a deep dive into exactly the type of home that you're going to be looking for. Do you want a house with a big yard, no yard, your favorite location, your preferred school district, and etc., etc. After you found that agent, it's time for step 2. So step number 2 is getting pre-approved for a loan. So now that you have a trustworthy real estate agent, your next step is getting connected with the right mortgage lender. The mortgage lender is the one who's going to be giving you the money for your new home. I personally spend a lot of time with my first-time home buyers or my clients in general on this step, mainly because there's so many things going on and so much terminology, sometimes it can get a little confusing. At the end of the day, you're going to end up doing a mortgage application and applying for a loan. And then after doing the application, a few days should go by and then boom, there you go, you're pre-approved. Step 3 is beginning your official home search. Remember that consultation I said we'd be doing in the beginning? You do a little bada boom, bada bing, push of a button, and now you receive listings. Since we've already done a consultation, the list of homes that I'm going to be sending you are all going to meet your exact wants and needs. And then we take a handful of your favorite listings and we go and take a private tour. Moving on to the next step. Step 4 is making an offer. Once you've found the right home, it's time to put an offer on that property. You sit down and strategize with your real estate agent, deciding what is the dollar amount that you're going to be putting in your offer, and any contingencies you might have as well. Then you send all of that stuff over along with your pre-approval letter, and then boom, you just put in an offer. Time for the next step. Step 5 is getting an accepted contract. In this step, we find out our offer gets accepted by the sellers. This is really awesome, but there's still a lot that needs to get done. At this point, you need to hire a trustworthy inspector and a trustworthy attorney. The inspector will tell you what's going on with the property and if the home is livable. The inspector will provide you with a detailed report on anything that he or she found. The attorney ends up drafting what is called an attorney review letter. This letter is where you're going to be allowed to ask for any credits or any repairs that need to be done. Moving on to the next step. Step 6 is financing an appraisal. So now that you and the sellers are in agreement to the fixes that need to get done, if any, the next step involves the lender and the underwriters to run all of the numbers and essentially create the mortgage. One of the important parts of this step is the appraisal. The appraisal is the person who will ultimately decide for the bank what is the fair market value of this property. The bank will only pay for what is fair market value of a home. Moving on to the next step. Step number 7, clear to close. We're nearing the home stretch. After a few weeks of providing documents to lenders, having the appraisals done, inspections done, you receive an email from your lender saying, "Congratulations, you are clear to close." Sounds so sweet. That means you have met everything that the bank needs in order for you to get approved for a loan. At this point, the attorneys are going to schedule a date of close that is most beneficial to both you and the seller. You're also going to be doing a final walkthrough. For the final walkthrough, as long as the home is cleaned and the property is completely move-in ready, you can really view your final walkthrough as a victory lap. Let's move on to the final step. The final step, step 8, is closing. Your lender is going to end up providing some instructions on where the closing is going to be and also how much you're going to need to bring for a down payment. That being said, the closing usually happens at a title company where you're going to be signing off what is called the closing disclosures. These disclosures essentially initiate that you are the new homeowner of this property once they're all signed, dated, and turned in. Once all those documents are done, congratulations, you just bought your new home. And that's it. I hope this video was super helpful for you guys. I love making videos like this for you guys. I really do appreciate it. That being said, there's some videos right there. Feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. I hope to see you guys in the next video.